Alright guys, welcome back to the third and final episode of the YZ125 engine build. So in the previous two episodes we got the entire bottom end all buttoned up and done. Now we're just going to do the finishing touches to the engine. So we're going to do the top end. We're going to put on the cylinder, the reeds, the power valve system, all that's going to get set up. And this thing is just looking absolutely beautiful right now, so let's get to it and see how we made this happen. Alright guys, we got a little bit of oil in around our power valve area. Just going to get a little bit on the top. Alright, so now that we've got everything oiled up, we're just going to slide in our power valves. Just like that. Alright, so I've got some Loctite on the retaining bolts. We're just going to thread these in slowly. Alright guys, so we're ready to assemble our power valve. We've got a fresh seal in here. We're just going to slide this oiled shaft in. And now we're going to begin putting on our bushings in order. So first we have this little bushing here. Now we have the springs for the power valve. Go on like so. And we just have one more bushing. Alright, so we've got our Loctite for the bolt that holds the power valve. Spring retainer, I guess, to the shaft. Make sure everything operates smooth. Perfect. Alright guys, now that all this is assembled and torqued down and smooth, we're good to put our cover on. Alright guys, so we're ready to install the piston. We're going to put some oil in around this wrist pin bearing. Flip that around a little bit. I've got a rag in here just in case we have an accident with the circlip. Now I'm going to take the piston and I'm going to put a little bit of oil in around where the wrist pin goes just to make for easy assembly here. And I've already got the wrist pin put in the back of the piston here. Just, you know, better off getting one in there ahead of time. So then I'm just going to put this on here. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on the wrist pin. There it is. There it is. Well, I definitely struggled with that one a little bit. Alright guys, so I got a little bit of oil put around the top of the piston and also a little bit on the ring. I've already measured the ring end gap, so we're good there. You want to check for correct orientation. Obviously that's something you should do when you install the piston. That's good. Usually on your rings there's a marking. That marking should usually face up unless your owner's manual specifies otherwise. And you want to center it with the little aligning mark on the piston as well. There it is, and we're aligned with the mark, so that's good. Now we're just ready to get ready to throw the cylinder back on. Alright guys, we're just about ready to put our cylinder on. We've got some oil on our piston, some oil on our cylinder. I'm probably just going to put a little bit more on the piston actually. We're just about ready to slide this cylinder down on. So we're going to double check that our ring is all matched up with the centering pin on the piston. And now we're just going to get ready to slide this cylinder on over. And there it is. I just got to probably give it a little tap on this side to get those dowel pins in there. But a light tap with the plastic hammer should do the trick. Yep, and that's all there's to that. So now we're going to get our fresh cylinder nuts on here and get this baby bolted down. So we're just going to throw in our cylinder nuts. Alright guys, so we're ready to just reconnect our power valve arm. I've got this new spacer here, the old one was missing. And just get this arm on here, like so. Alright guys, we're just about ready to throw this cover on. I've got the gasket tacked on with some grease, and this grommet here, I usually like to put a little bit of grease in around the grooves of that, seal it up well. We'll wipe the excess grease off afterwards. Alright guys, I've just been installing the cylinder head studs. So basically what I've been doing is just using the double nut technique. So I'll take this old nut here, thread it on upside down. I'll grab another old nut, mate them together. Then I'll tighten those down with 2 wrenches here like so. So snug those together. And I've been throwing just a little bit of anti-seize on these. You don't need much at all, just enough to get the threads a little wet. We'll wipe off the excess anti-seize when we're all done here. Now before we start torquing, I just like to double check that these nuts are good. I'll take our torque wrench, spin this in. And that's 10 Newton meters right there. And you just gotta pop off your nuts. Alright guys, so we're just about ready to throw on our cylinder head. I've got these O-rings with a little bit of grease on them. Just gonna get those in the groove. Sometimes they're just a little bit snug. They don't like to exactly sit in the grooves, but they'll we'll get them in there. Alright, now that we've got this O-ring sitting in the groove, we're going to throw our head on. And there she is. So we're just going to drop some fresh copper washers onto here. Alright, so we're just going to torque these down. And those just go to 20 foot-pound. Alright, now we're just going to thread in a new spark plug. Just to seal her up. Alright guys, now we're going to install the reeds and the intake boot there. So there is no gasket that goes on this. There's this rubber seal here, so I'm just going to put a little grease around this surface just to make sure it's tacked on there well. Alright, so we're ready to install the reeds. Alright, so we're going to install this. Alright guys, we're just going to install the Kickstarter. Alright guys, well that concludes the YZ125 engine build series. I couldn't be more stoked on how this turned out. I'm super pumped on it. All the Cerakote looks sick. All the fresh parts look so nice. I'm just hyped to get it thrown in the frame. And I'm going to get you guys a wicked startup video, so that's going to be super cool. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you'll get to check that out. And also get to see some upcoming videos on when we put the bike back together. I just want to thank you guys for all the support and positive feedback. It's been super cool doing this build with you guys. So thank you again, and until next time.